Dublin clearance delivery Shamrock 7025 IFR to de Gaulle, ready to copy.
Okay, we're live. Good morning. So you can join us on this short 1 hour flight there to just that would be nice, thank you very much. Join us on this Sunday morning from Dublin. We're going to take the Aer Lingus A330 900neo. It's a fly-by-wire, so we're going to put some extras in there.
Ain't it fun?
Air China there. And gone live. Let's start this baby up.
What are you flying?
A330 Neo.
Copy. Are you an X-plane?
No, MS2020.
Copy.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Once again, we'd like to welcome you on board. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate a few minutes of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. You can follow along with the safety information card in your seatbelt pocket. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the flat metal edge into the buckle and pull on the strap to tighten. To release, just lift the top flap of the buckle.
Dublin clearance delivery Shamrock 524, ready to copy IFR clearance to de Gaulle.
At all times.
Shamrock 524 is cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.28, squawk 0552.
Also linking to the tubes on both sides. A locator light on the shoulder will turn on automatically in weather, and remember never place your best inside the aircraft.
Shamrock 524 cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 127.865, squawk 0552. Shamrock 524 readback is correct. Contact ground on 130.79er when ready to taxi. Good day.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull your elastic bands around your head, and tighten the straps on both sides. Even though the bags are not sweet, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others, and we'll let you know when it's no longer needed. While you're passing through the cabin to make sure you're ready for departure, you can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened. Your seat back is upright, your tray table is good, and all the hand items are fit away. If you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, please don't hesitate to ask. Looking to achieve electronic cigarettes is never let on any flight. Tampering with your family or destroying smoke detectors and access specials is a federal offense and could result in a fine. For your convenience, this aircraft has 3 rest and one in the front of the cabin and 3 in the back, and each is equipped with an change in table. While these buses may have a light for departure, if you use their ticket, you might have to change your credit to make sure you have safe and comfortable flight. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the experience.
clearance delivery Shamrock 524, ready to copy IFR clearance to de Gaulle. Shamrock 524 is cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.555 Shamrock 524 cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 123.9er squawk 1742. Shamrock 524 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.8. Good day.
At this time, we request that all portable electronic devices, such as cell phones or portable computers, be either powered off or put into airplane, as these devices may cause interference with aircraft navigational information. We will notify you when the station changes these devices. We remind you that smoke aboard this aircraft, as well as tampering with, disabling, or destroying loud or white smoke detectors, is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight, please don't hesitate to ask a crew member. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, that's crazy that you never played Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's such a good game.
Loading completed.
Okay, we got the loading out. Let's start the APU. Flappers open, she was started up. Sound of the APU.
Dublin clearance delivery Shamrock 7025 ready to copy IFR clearance to de Gaulle.
Shamrock 7025 is cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.865 squawk 1346.
Shamrock 7025 cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet.
Correct.
Departure on
Contact ground
127.865 squawk
125 when ready to
1346.
taxi. Good day.
Dublin ground Shamrock 7025 with Yankee ready to taxi IFR.
Shamrock 7025 taxi to and hold short of runway 28 left using taxiway Lima India November Kilo 2 Lima India November Kilo Tree Foxtrot 2 Echo 1 cross runway Tree 4. Contact tower on 119.805 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 28 left via taxiway Lima India November Kilo 2 Lima India November Kilo Tree Foxtrot 2 Echo 1 cross runway Tree for Shamrock 7025.
Dublin ground Ryanair 670 requesting pushback. Ryanair 670 pushback request accepted. 7 Dublin ground Ryanair 670 requesting pushback. Ryanair 670 pushback request accepted. 7 Dublin ground Ryanair 670 requesting pushback. Ryanair 670 pushback request accepted. 7 Dublin ground Ryanair 670 requesting pushback. Ryanair 670 pushback request accepted.
Dublin ground Shamrock 7025 requesting pushback.
Shamrock 7025 pushback request accepted.
Okay, sorry about that. Just getting ready for the pushback there. Just getting ready to park now, Joe.
Good luck.
Dublin Tower Shamrock 7025 at runway 28 left ready for departure IFR to de Gaulle.
Logan 51, turn next taxiway. Shamrock 7025, hold short runway 28 left.
Hold short runway 28 left Shamrock 7025.
Remember the damage of these smoke detectors located in the laboratory.
Dublin Tower ISAIR 4161 3 miles east inbound, ILS runway 28 left approach. ISAIR 416 Dublin Tower. Altimeter 30.121272 at 11. Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach. Logan 51 exit runway when able. Ryanair 9er 371, follow the generic on the runway. Wind 272 at 11. Cleared to land runway 28 left. Cleared to land runway 28 left Ryanair 9er 371. Logan 51 contact ground on 125.885. Shamrock 7025 altimeter 30.121272 at 11. Traffic is Boeing 737 on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left Shamrock 7025.
Copy that.
Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach ISAIR 41.
Cam 4.
10-4, Peanam is rolling.
125.885 for Logan 51.
Going sideways. Dodgy's taking over.
I've done much worse.
Do not know what happened there. We've got some sort of shifting to the right and left.
Shamrock 7
What are you flying?
Contact Dublin departure.
Oh, 330. 330, gotcha. Yeah, that would have been a rough 330. That would have been rough on the passengers.
416, follow the aircraft on short final. Wind 272 at 11. Cleared to land runway 28 left.
127.865 Shamrock 7025.
Cleared to land runway 28 left ISAIR 416.
Have any of you ever used Flight Sim First Officer?
Turn next taxiway.
What, to fly the plane?
It's like, yeah, it's like a co-pilot program.
The FS2 crew.
No.
Dublin
It's
Tower,
FS.
114 miles east
What did I say? Hold on.
runway 28 left approach. Shamrock 631 Dublin Tower. Altimeter 30.121272.
The only thing I think is F2 crew. They started FSX.
Ryanair 9er 371, turn next taxiway.
It's similar. This is Flight Simulator First Officer. It's basically a first officer you can talk to.
Cleared ILS
And it's really good,
left approach,
except I
Shamrock
can't
61.
figure out why sometimes I'm in the middle of a flight and he turns off my autopilot, switches me to VNAV instead of H, and heading sign. I'm like, what's up? Yeah. Other than that, he's great, right? Because like he'll set my flight level, does all the things co-pilots do, right? But yeah, every once in a while I'm flying, all of a sudden I'm like, why is everything? And I hear him, right? If I'm here, I hear him. VNAV off, blah 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 off, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? But when I walk away, sometimes I do a long flight, I walk away, and then I show up, and my plane's like on the ground. I'm like, what the hell happened? So I gotta like turn him off if I don't need him, I guess. I guess I only need him for takeoff, and then shut the hell up. But yeah, I was hoping someone who knew the program, because someone on the VA recommended it to me, because I can't figure out how to stop that from happening.
No, I've not even heard of that. The only first officer is the one on the game where you just have the AI pilot fly for you and he's shocking.
Oh yeah, no. This is like a little out. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying it's like driving a Tesla, man. I don't know how I crashed, man. Just AI.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but honestly, AI will be a better driver than human beings. I have no doubt in my mind. Human beings are terrible drivers. Like until recently in the United States, the #1 killer of young adults was like cars. Now it's guns, but cars is number 2.
And I ride really fast motorcycles, and I go ballistic at lane split and stuff. You know, I haven't died yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, dude. I personally don't care about dying.
You know, it's like
dying. We all
10
die.
years now. Been driving 10 years, reckless. You know, no tickets whatsoever.
See, that's the problem, right? The police don't enforce. They don't ticket people. But you know, the thing is, like, me personally, man, I don't care about dying. Everyone dies. I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. What I care about is getting fucked up and being in a lot of that I don't want. I don't want to live in pain. I don't want to live in a situation like where I've hurt myself in a way where I can't do the things I could do. But like, that's what I personally worry about. Dying, whatever, man. We all die.
Like I got dink wheelies, you know.
Do you pop wheelies and stuff on your motorcycle?
Oh yeah, I wheelie all the time. It's like I ride a like unicycle and really fast.
Evil over there.
And sometimes like, you know, a little bit of alcohol, you know, feels good, you know.
These are the people that end up costing me in taxes, you know? Like,
And
my
not just
tax
that.
dollars pay for this.
No, you don't need all that elbow pads, knee pad, no.
Do somebody else knock you off your bike?
And not just that. I fly past triple digits when I see a cop. You know, it doesn't matter. It's no chase law here. You know, good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, not just that. I fly planes too.
No
in real
chase
life.
law.
Yeah, they have the same
I'm
thing.
not joking. I'm
in
not
New York
joking
City.
either.
In New York City, it's the same thing. You can't chase because, yeah, you can't because there's too many people. It's too congested. You're going to hurt more people trying to catch someone for doing whatever. There's enough cameras. There's enough helicopters. There's enough other stuff that you can, you know, if you want to find the person, which usually they don't give a fuck.
So that's no chase, no cars at all? No, or is it just bikes?
No. In New York, they typically won't chase unless it's like egregious, right? Like,
Yeah,
they know for a fact you just murdered someone, or
you're a terrorist that they need to catch you.
something like that. But typically, yeah, no matter what, they're not. It's just not worth it, right? It's too many people. It's too congested. It's too, you know. You're gonna hurt more people trying to catch one person.
In the UK, they bought not a no chase law in, but it was a no chase law for motorcyclists if they weren't wearing a helmet. So people were literally going out, 2 people on a moped, going around London, robbing your phone out your hand while you were stood there in your hand. And they basically had to change the law back because everyone was getting pissed off of it. So now, if you get caught stealing and you're on a motorbike, they just ram you off the bike now. Which is good. So Ella, beware if you come to the UK on your bike and you're speeding, you don't stop. They will ram you.
Yeah, only if they can catch up.
Oh, mate, they have their
The
own
radio is still faster,
police
bro,
bikes
than
to catch those bikers.
No. Everyone says that. Radios, Motorola, whatever. So have you. Helicopters. Full of shit. This is not GTA, okay? and tell you that
631, contact ground on 121.
on the other side of law, there's no way they can fucking keep up with you, especially in London. In London, New York, whatever have you,
Going to 121
those places you can't. There's no way you can catch up. I don't care if you have a helicopter like in Houston, in Texas. That's why I started riding bikes, and they hated us because we're the fucking like the nomads, fucking do what we want, and then you have a whole bunch of those stupid Harley guys. Seriously, if you ride a Harley and you speeding on a Harley, they're gonna find you, dude. Harley Davidsons are shit and trash. Not just that, the police uses Harley Davidson. They can't catch up. Less than 3 seconds, I'm already gone.
Yeah, I don't buy
186.
American made cars, American made motorcycles. I don't. I
But
buy
only 5 seconds. I
German,
can do 186.
German, Japanese. That's it.
So
Maybe
what's-
English.
Is your car German
Maybe
or
British.
Japanese?
My car is German. Yeah, it's just the Volkswagen, bottom of the line Volkswagen. But I've had that car since 2007, and it's never given me a problem.
Has that got a VW or something on the front?
Yeah, it's a VW. It's a Volkswagen.
Oh, sorry, there was an advert that used to come over here years ago. And
Oh,
it was
gotcha,
an
gotcha.
American one, and he's like, I seen it go by. It had a VW or something.
Yep, I have a VW as well.
Whoa,
listen.
whoa. So you all Audi
who's
drivers
that?
then, really?
Well, my father was a mechanic. We used to restore classic German automobiles, like from the 50s and 60s and 70s.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to have the VW camper, and it was beautiful, really good. I mean, now I've
Who's
just
this guy?
gotten up because I'm in my 60s, but yeah, they're brilliant, fantastic motors.
I had a 1979 pea green Volkswagen van, 63 horsepower, 67, whatever, but it was the Westphalia edition with 2 beds
gorgeous.
inside, a fridge, a stove, a sink. I enjoyed that. That
Oh,
thing
so
was
the old,
awesome.
what are they called? Splitters? Beetle van? Is that what they're called? VW splitters or something like that?
I don't know. I remember, like, my dad used to restore old cars, and some guy came around saying he wanted to sell it for $900. And my dad's like, yeah, I'll take it, like right now. And he bought it, and he's like, do you want this? I'm like, shit, yeah. We used to. It was great. Like literally a pop-up bed. Go in the park, you got your mates on the bottom or on top because you want the easy shit. You're on the bottom, your mates on top, whatever, like go out for days. Like it was great. But yeah, I'm biased. He used to work on Mercedes mostly, and like Ferraris, and like a lot of British cars like Rolls Royce and stuff like that. But Mercedes and BMW, Audi were like his thing. So yeah, I'm biased for German cars.
Yeah, well, the VW camper I had, we needed a new engine for it. It was absolutely knackered. And me and my mate, it took us just 3 hours to drop it and put a new one back in again. That's how good they were. So beautiful to work on.
Yeah, I was. I don't know if you had heard, but I bought a brand new in 2007 Volkswagen Jetta manual.
Oh, yeah,
and I
we've
still
had
have
the
it.
Jetta over here. Yeah, we've had the Jetta. Like a
4-door
smaller
sedan. I
Passat.
wish. Yeah. I wish I would have bought the hatchback in hindsight, But whatever. I've had this car since 2007. It has maybe about 100,000 miles, and the car has never, ever given me a problem. Other than stuff that happened, I got to change the battery, I got to change the alternator, normal wear and tear. But nah, man, it's just been a good car.
Yeah, the VWs you can't beat, and they're so reliable, and they don't need much looking after, and they're so brilliant to run. I would never have anything else but the VWs.
Well, they're fun to drive. Like,
Oh yes.
my little 5-speed, like, give me a curvy mountain road any day, and like, I'll have so much fun.
Yep, that's what's good with them. They're fantastic for that. So I really, really love them, and won't hear anything against them. I mean, the best one was the Beetle, but bloody hell, the money they want for Beetles now, it's unreal.
My father had restored like an old, like 1973 Beetle for my brother that he had for a little while, and it was, you know, it's great, man, like indestructible.
Some good cash for that over.
Beautiful, beautiful. Those old 73 Beetles, all that era, they were absolutely bloody awesome.
It's great. What?
I kind of want to get the new van, the new electric one, the Buzz.
I'd love one, but cash, not a bloody opie now. I'll never afford any one of them.
Too expensive?
Way, way, way too expensive for us. But where we live in a complex, and we didn't touch any electric charging points here either. So, you know, you've always got to have a hybrid if you want one anyway here.
Gotcha. Yeah, so for us, we have solar panels, but we don't have a battery backup. So our thought is, and again, we haven't spent for a new car since 2007. So our thought is, and we could use the car as a battery backup legally in the state of New York. So that was our thinking. You know, we're considering it. We don't need you like when my 2007 stops working. Well, my wife wants to get rid of it already. She's not the biggest fan of driving manual. But I taught her how to do it, and she does it, and she does it well. She double clutches, like I taught her to double clutch. She's refusing to learn heel and toe, but I'm kind of forcing her to learn heel and toe.
And I've always had manuals, but this one, it's an automatic, and I wouldn't let go of it for anything now. I've just sort of getting lazy now with the automatics.
Yeah, I get that. I don't want to get there yet. I don't want to get, but you know, I play ball, and I hurt myself. I hurt my leg. I pulled my hamstring, and I had to drive home from the game, and it was utterly painful. I was having trouble controlling it because I was in so much pain, and I ended up digging my bumper backing into my driveway because I didn't have the control on the clutch, you know. So there are, you know, negative, and this was just the other week. It's actually the first time I ever dinged my car backing into my driveway.
Ah, what a shame. Well, someone's dinged ours, because we've got a car park, and obviously we've got carers who come and everything. One of them decided to reverse, and they've done all my front winging on my driver's side, but it'll have to do for now, because you're talking about 500 quid to repair it, and I haven't got that kind of money at the moment.
Well,
yeah, that's the thing.
I'm going to say my car's got 9 gears.
Automatic, right?
Yeah, Mercedes E350
Yeah.
AMG.
Beautiful.
That's a beast.
Yeah,
My
she's
father restored a 1979 450 SEL with a 6.9 liter engine in it.
Oof.
That's got to be worth.
Oh my lord!
Serious cat. That's like a lottery winning car.
Oh yeah.
This is years ago. But
You couldn't afford to run it. You couldn't afford to run it in this country now, though. It's just got bloody stupid. I mean, our fuel is costing a fortune, and the insurance on them's bloody ridiculous, and the road tax not worth even thinking about.
Where are you, Paulus?
UK, my friend.
Gotcha. Yeah, you pay for a liter of gasoline about what we pay for a gallon.
Yep.
And there's 4 liters in a gallon, 3.78.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I can go back to when it was 50p a gallon, and now you're talking of.
I would be, just not to be a contrarian, but I might argue that the fuel price in Europe, because there's a lot of costs to extracting gasoline, right? So I kind of feel like the prices in your country are more accurate to the real cost of the extraction. The pollution, the asthma that kids get, is than in my country, where I think it's way too cheap. But agree to
but you see, I was going to say, the trouble is here is that the actual companies are making millions and billions. The actual
that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, the profit they were making was absolutely unreal, and yet the cost of it is bloody ridiculous.
Here too, man. It's supply side issues is what they're claiming, and high pricing has a stickiness to it that is easier to increase than decrease. But yeah, those companies are making a lot of money.
Well, one thing that Europe, especially UK, did that rest of the world right now is trying to follow is that Euro 5 emission process, man. I hate it with a passion, and then especially screwing out to the States. By majority of the government right now, they try to achieve by 2035, there will be no more than gasoline sales. And I don't know how they're going to work out with that infrastructure, with the electricity bills. And
I think I'm not.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Think about this. If tomorrow everybody's cars are electric, let's just hypothetically say that, what would happen to the electricity bills? And not just that, is how are you going to play games, man? It's going to cost a lot of power, man.
Well, it's like my internet at the moment is just upwards of 70 quid. And that's a month. That's what it costs me for our internet here, because where we live in the UK, a place called Hull, Kingston upon Hull, don't know if you've ever heard of it. We had our own telephone exchange, always have had and still have now, but they've got the monopoly on the internet as well. Nobody's allowed to come into Hull, so we only have KCOM for our actual internet. We can't use anybody else whatsoever, and that's the big problem.
I'd move out of Hull.
I have two thoughts. Thought number one is the fact that I really think that these corporations, like running amok, and it's all over the world, right? It's in the United States as well, where they make a shit ton of money and make people suffer. I think that is going to be the undoing of democracy in the end, right? Like, if we don't get that shit under control, like, that is what's going to kill our democracy, if we don't, control our capitalism. But that's another topic that I don't, But the thing I wanted to respond to Ella about was, yes, you're right. If we were, I'm not all in on electric cars, right? I think that hydrogen is better. I think hybrids are a better option. I don't know about this whole, all cars have to be electric. Well, in California, by 2035, your cars can no longer be fuel, combustible fuel, like gasoline and diesel and whatnot. But I do think that governments can force technological innovation, right? The example that I think of is the Clean Air Act. And like I said, my father used to restore old Mercedes. So I remember, I think the Clean Air Act went in the United States in 1972, if I remember correctly. So I remember my dad having a 1971, let's say, and I might have the years wrong, and Mercedes, it was a 450 Beast, big V8 thing. If it was snowing or raining, you had to idle, because if you touched the gas, the thing would just peel out like a demon. the same car, the same model, the same engine, 1 year later, with all this EPA, clean air, blah, 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 went from producing like almost 400 horsepower to producing like $190. It drove like shit. It was like, it was a horrible, it was, yeah, dude. And again, I had driven a 69, I had driven, yeah, they destroyed it. They had to meet these EPA Clean Air Act standards. But you know what? That same model car, by the end of the 70s, was more of a beast than it was in early 70s. And you know, again, and again, based on the cars that my dad would restore and I would see him work on, and I'd be at the shop a lot. And it was a lot cleaner. The government forced corporations to innovate. You know, there's a lot of things they can do if they're forced to do it. You know, like cars today are like a billionth cleaner in the United States than they were before the Clean Air Act in the 1970s. So I think that this whole forcing everyone to stop using gas cars, it'll force technology. I mean, that's the hope, right? My optimistic self, if that's what it is. Anyway, I'm really high, so I apologize for the soapbox.
Yeah, already.
No, I like
Well, man, you just got up.
people's opinions.
Bro,
You got some good
if I'm awake, if I'm awake, I'm high. If I show up to work, the days, every once in a while I show up to work that high and people are like, yo, you okay, bro?
You know what? I'm due to go New York in the next 2 years. When I go over there, I'm coming to see you.
Yeah, let me know, bro. We'll hang out in the backyard. We'll smoke some blunts, have a barbecue.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Bring the wife and the kids.
I'm in Washington. I really yes.
You're in Washington State though, Ella, aren't you?
But yeah, you can grow now too. But the problem is kids ruin shit, man. I'm just telling you that. No matter what generation you are, a kid's gonna ruin it. You know?
Sure, the money the government will be making off the revenue on the tax will be enough to...
Oh man, over here I think it's 21% on per blunt. So.
There you go. Rather than give it to the smugglers and the drug dealers, you might as well put it in your own
That's
pocket.
the thing, man. The weed, the weed I get from my dealers is a lot cheaper. Like, I still get weed from the same dealers I was getting weed before. Every once in a while, like they just opened up a weed shop, a smoke shop around the corner from my house, and they're gonna sell weed. They put in for a license. They're already selling weed candy, and I'm sure that if I become friendly with the guy, which I haven't, he's got flour. It just everyone says I look like a fucking cop, which I don't. I mean, I hate it, but they say I do, so they probably think I'm a narc.
What does a cop look like?
I don't know. Apparently, I'm a big guy, you know. I guess I'm kind of imposing, and I don't know. It's happened more than once, bro, where I go to buy weed, and like the dude won't give it to me, and I'm like, yo, like I bought from, because you know you buy from agents. Like a lot of times, like I'll call up a number and I'll be like, I want this, I want that, or you know, send me your menu, and they'll send me their menu. I order it. They're like, all right, meet my driver.
What menu? I'm moving to New York.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
You don't want it.
The only time I get a
depends
menu
what you like.
is I get a menu when I go to Amsterdam.
The weed in Amsterdam is.
Yeah, you get robbed.
The weed in New York is definitely better.
Oh yeah,
The
you get.
best weed I've had in the United States is in Massachusetts. Hands down, bro. Boston. Go to Boston. Check out Boston. The best weed I've had. And again, I'm not like world traveled. I've gone to Amsterdam. I've gone to Copenhagen.
You seem like you've been around a bit to plenty of legalized places. Been to Cali?
No, but that's it.
What about California?
I've not to Canada.
Some of my
I've
friends
not
have been
been
out there and said it's quite decent in California now.
Yeah, they say the weed is good in Cali. A lot of the stuff I buy is labeled Cali.
Yeah,
so I'm going to say
the
that.
same over here now. Everyone's going, this is Cali this is Cali that.
But I've never been to Cali. Smoke their weed. So I've never been to Denver. They also have decent weed, but I've gotten weed all up and down the East Coast. Well, I guess, yeah, more or less. Florida, Maryland, Virginia.
I didn't get nothing when I went to Florida. I was asking everybody. Everyone was tight. Everyone probably thought I was a cop.
Probably. My wife is from Florida originally, so we basically get free weed when we show up. One of her cousins is like a part-time dealer, so he always has he's always got like a pound or two in his apartment. So and he loves her.
Say about
so we show up and he's like,
"Sorry, go."
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You carry on.
No, I was saying so like we get free weed.
Yeah. So me and my friend had to do like a 2-week dry out when we went to Orlando.
Oh, that's tough.
Take your cigarettes, man, and dump half of it out, and then pack the other half. No. See, for the best flavor, you gotta dump all the cigarette out, or just go get the rollers, man. Get yourself a nice self rollers, and then you get half of tobacco and half of weed. That's stretching it out, man.
So what I've done, multiple times. I used to take all the cigarette stuff out of cigarettes and fill it with weed. Put the cigarette back in, and I would mix it with cigarettes. It would be all weed, right? It'd be enough weed to get me by, and pack it in a box of cigarettes. Put it in the middle of my suitcase, and never had a problem. I have a friend, and he's a large black man who travels with just weed. He has a little like metal container. He puts it in his carry-on, I believe, and he's never had a problem. And he carries weed in it. What I do now is I just carry oils. They don't know. They don't care. They don't question it. Throw a few oils in there, and then it doesn't matter where I am. I know I got weed.
Yeah, I've got to take some candies. I'm going away in a couple of weeks to Egypt. I don't know what it's like over there.
Oh yeah, no. The weed laws over there are harsh. So yeah. I don't think I would bring oils.
Nah, I've got some sweets to take over some candies. They might have some hashish out there, but other than that. Looks like I'm going to have to go on another dry out.
How long are you there for?
About 10 days.
Yeah, sounds that way.
Yeah, we're going to do 3 days in Cairo. Go see all the pyramids and the sphincters and all that. And then nip down the Red Sea to Hurghada for a week. It's a nice hotel.
Ooh, that sounds really, what's the word I'm looking for? Bougie.
Yeah, I hope it's bougie down there. We got some shit. I'll even smoke them shisha pipes.
Well, it sounds like fun. I guess you're at a vacation like that, flight sim. But a lot of times I take my laptop and I do some flights.
Yeah, I've got a laptop, but it's more work. It's not really a gaming laptop.
Oh yeah, no, I have a problem. I recognize that. You can do it remotely if you leave your gaming laptop on, your gaming computer on. Well, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, just laughing. Laughing at the fact you can't leave it alone.
I can't. I had a 280-day flight streak on Volanta.
How does Volanta work? I've never used that, to be fair. Or is it just like a recording thing, or?
Yeah, it's a recording thing. It also has like aero caches that you can like pick up. But for me, it's mostly like it just records every flight, not just the ones that I land at better than 400. And it records automatically. So even if I forget, and it's nice to be like, oh, these are all the countries I've been to, and like me go visit this country, and it records every single flight. So I can just bring up a big map, and I can look at every single place I've ever stopped since I installed Volanta. Every country, every city, a line from every flight. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I might have a look into that.
Yeah. There's a free version, and then there's a paid version. The paid version, the only thing is it allows you to pause remotely. So like, you leave your house, you're like, oh crap, I'm not going to make it back in time. You can log into a website and pause your game. That's the only added benefit. But other than that, the free version has all the options that the paid one has.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Because on this one, normally if I'm running late, I'll watch myself on my phone through Discord to see where I'm at. If I'm not getting back in time, the plane just ends up either shooting past the airport or circling overhead. So.
Do you have a second laptop or a second computer that you can remote into?
Yeah, I suppose I am.
Because one option that you can do is if you have a second computer and you run like, Flight Sim MCA or something like that, you can, from your phone, if you were in the same Wi-Fi area, or the computer that you're remote logging into, you can pause it, you can slow the game down, you can do a bunch of things. It's a free little like website program. You just have to run the, like it connects to FSUIPC, so you have to run its little server once you turn on FSUIPC, and then you can just connect to a website on any computer or phone while you're in the same network that your game is on. And yeah,
just going to interrupt gents and say bye for now, and I'll talk later. I'm going to go off and get something to eat, so I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah. Thanks, Barry.
Thank you, Paulus. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Catch you later, lads.
Later.
Ciao, ciao.
But yeah, that's another option. So you can just, if you can remote in, pause the game, and or slow it down. I do that too sometimes. Take it down to like 0.025, and I'm like, all right, this extends my 15 minutes to whatever, an hour. I've actually taken off, and I have landed remotely, like from a remote computer. I have to go to the office.
Log in.
For me, definitely, yeah. For me, the office is sitting by myself in a conference room with a billion monitors around me, so put them to good use.
Lots of good views.
I only use one screen for my game. All the others are for work. But FSC doesn't have to be a beautiful landing. It just has to be a landing.
Yeah, true. Still have to be a good landing.
Well, for FSC, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You can land it.
Yeah, but just your personal. I need to still feel like I've landed.
Oh, yeah.
If I hit the ground and it's bang, it's like, oops.
You are correct, sir. But if you're flying remotely from the office, at least for me, my standards are different. If I'm flying remotely, I just want to, get the plane somewhere in the general vicinity so I get my money.
I'm saying it. It's all about just completing the mission.
Yeah, it's really tough to land when you're remote because I'm using the number keypad and there's a delay upon a delay and the volume's muted and I'm like I have to be discreet and it's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing as sitting here with my HOTUS or my throttle quadrant and my yoke, rudder, whatever. It's very different, very different. Oh, that's a good livery. I like that. Is that a default? What is that? Aer Lingus?
Yeah, Irish.
I love Aer Lingus has my favorite. I don't know, the bright green. I have that for the DC. I have an Aer Lingus. It's not like this.
Yeah, I've got
but I have
one
an Aer
that's
Lingus
all
for
green.
DC3.
That's the old limit. This is the newer one.
Yeah, I like green on planes, I guess.
Yeah, I've got the old one, like I say, which is all green and just a shamrock on the back. I think it's got like maybe a white belly on it or a grey belly. But
Yeah, I think that's the one I have on the DC3. I'm gonna get breakfast started. Surprise my wife with breakfast in the morning. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm flying for, geez, how many hours? I got another. Oh, that's the other thing. Volanta will give you an estimate. 4 hours and 22 minutes. It's kind of like A cars, only not as official, right?
okay.
All right, I'll be back.
Come on.
Penis size. Oh my god, don't look at it. What the fuck is that?
Guess what?
Don't look at my screen. Too much.
Oh, come on, Ella, what the fuck? Oh, mate, that game is so wrong.
You don't get medium. You don't get wieners. The wiener size is not right. There's only big or small, but there is no
Is that supposed to be big? Yeah, see if you can make that one bigger.
Oh, what is that? What is that, bro?
Oh, big bush. Need a mega bush. Oh, I can't watch this. This is like watching gay porn.
Hey, you like the little heart with the penis?
That's just wrong.
It's Hermaphrodite, man.
I can see his wanger just dingling about. Whenever you change the size, it makes it wobble. Oh yeah, green pubes. Oh, I got some music there.
Gotta make a big chest, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a big chest.
Descending 10,000 feet. Deploying your 5
Descend and maintain 2,400 feet Shamrock 7025.
025.7 for Shamrock 7025.
Speedbird tree 61, contact Paris Center on 126.475. Good day. Airfox tree 21 heavy, you are tree 7 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed, not above tree 00 knots. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach, Mopar transition. Clear to Mopar. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach, Mopar transition. Clear to Mopar Air France, tree 21 heavy. Going to 126.475, Speedbird tree 61. Paris Center Easy 2425 is passing flight level tree 10, descending 10,000 feet. Easy 2425 Paris Center, continue as planned. Lion Air 1259er, contact Paris Center on 126.475. Good day.
Kudasu. Half a suit.
123.985 for
And I hate
liner 8808. Condor 154 tree for the Airbus in sight. With Air Flight 790, have the traffic. Condor 154 tree, contact Paris Center on 126.475. Good day.
Espírito de paixão.
126.475 for Condor 154 tree. Air France 321 heavy contact and Gaulle approach on 125.83. Good day.
Clear of conflict.
Peanam's on the 10 now, final.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 300 knots. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach. Via Mopar transition, cleared to Mopar Air France 7725. Air France 483 heavy, you are 17 miles north. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 300 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 right approach. Via Mopar transition. Cleared to Mopar. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 300 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 right approach. The Mopar transition cleared to Mopar Air France 4 A3 Heavy.
I made your girlfriend, your future girlfriend.
It just sounds wrong, Ella. I can't look because I'm on manual. But oh no, I'm not looking.
2,500.
Okay, runway inside. Gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Air France 483 heavy contact, de Gaulle approach on 121.155. Good day.
Okay, we got 3 green.
Going to 121.155 Air France 4 A3 heavy.
One thousand. One thousand.
Okay, now just a little crazy engine flare over there. Let's go back to normal.
Five hundred. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
See your girlfriend?
Hold on 1 sec. Yeah, I'll take that 180. Give me that. Nice tats. She got like a snake around her tits. What's in the throat? What's she got in the throat?
She's a robot,
I was
man.
going to say she's some sort of android. So why does it need a pee-pee?
Oh, you want yours to be a
No, I was
PP?
going to say
Okay.
why does it have to have one or a vag if it's a robot? You got a pocket?
So you can't sex with it? I know what you want.
No,
You want
don't put a pee-pee.
You want the
No. 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 Stop flicking
What
it.
is that? What is that?
Come on.
For you, just for you, is the green pubic hair.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks.
You want the heart? You like the heart?
Not really, but...
Brown.
I wonder where that dark music's coming from. It's from you, innit? And what are you going to do with this robot?
You like a robot?
No. What I'm saying is I get you designing a robot, but what is the purpose?
You